Welcome. This is Sandra Poppema from HippoLogic, and today I'm going to talk to you about the 5 steps to create your own personal to-do training goals list for you and your horse. Step 1, think about your personal values. Make a list. You can find a list on the internet with values and take a look at them and see what values are really important to you in horse training or in keeping horses. For me, some of the values that I really find important is to be authentic, happiness, for me and for my horse. Compassion is a big one, but also knowledge. I always want to know why. Why is the horse not doing what I ask him to do? Why is my horse doing what I ask him to do? Does he do it because he likes it, or does he do it because he's afraid of me, or repercussions if he doesn't do what I'm asking him to do? I value friendship. I value inner harmony. The traditional ways of training and natural horsemanship ways of training are based on negative reinforcement, which means that you use aversives to reinforce a certain behavior, and that didn't contribute to my inner harmony. That's why I was looking for something else that did fit my inner harmony value, because I really, really value that the partnership. And in a partnership, the partner, the horse, needs to have fun too. He needs to be at ease with you. He needs to trust you, because otherwise it's not a partnership. It's a dictatorship, and I don't want that. Security, trustworthiness are some of my values, and also respecting the animal's natural behavior. So instead of that he needs to adjust to my circumstances, like, he has seen that a scary thing 50 times now, he needs to get over it. No. His natural behavior is, he is a prey animal. He needs to be alert if something scary appears. So it is my job to be trustworthy. It's my job to train him to get feel at ease with the scary thing and to overcome his fear. So those are my personal values. To give an example, one of my personal values, or one of my goals before I took my values into account, was to become an Olympic dressage rider. I was 10 years old and I really wanted to be an Olympic dressage rider. But I couldn't figure out why it didn't really work, why it didn't really was motivated, until I took a good look at my values. And the values I talked about, I couldn't work with my values in competition dressage riding, because first of all, the horse was forced all the time. Second of all, the riders were reinforced to ride their horse in a way that is not contributing to the horse's welfare or health. Like horses at that time or riders at that time were very much reinforced with points to ride the horse behind the vertical and in roll-cur, and that was not something I was willing to do in order to get my goal. So step 2 is to think about what are your future goals. Think about what you want to have accomplished in 10 years, in 5 years, in 1 year. I see I forgot to hit spacebar here, but that's okay. So one of my bigger goals was to become an Olympic dressage rider. Well, it didn't fit my personal values. That's step 3. So if it doesn't fit, adjust your goals so it does fit. So for me was to extract what do I like about being an Olympic dressage rider, and what is the part that don't fit into my values. Well, one of the things that don't fit into my values was using force and making the horse perform, and not take into accountability how he felt that moment, or if he could do it, or if there was stress so he couldn't do it, and so on. But what I did like is if dressage is done well, it is beautiful. You can feel it if you look at a rider and horse in harmony, and the horse likes it as much as the rider does. Oh my God, it's so beautiful to see. And you don't see it very often, but if you see it, you recognize it. And that's what I want. That's what I liked about that goal, to show the audience that you can have real harmony with your horse and how beautiful it can look. So I let the goal of becoming an Olympic dressage rider or a competition dressage rider go, and I thought, like, how can I still have that about showing your horse, showing what partnership and harmony really looks like, and inspire people without the competition part, because the competition part, there's too much in there that doesn't serve the horse and also doesn't serve the rider, to be honest, in my opinion. So I found a very small ad that asked for participants in a demonstration team to show the audience about how beautiful Andalusian breed is. So, and in that show team, in that demonstration team, we could show the audience what our horses were ready to show. And there was not, it was not a test for points. So if something happened, we could just be very flexible about it and improvise, and the audience still liked it. So it is a win-win. So if your goal doesn't really fit into your values, think about how you can adjust your goal so it does fit into your values. And then it's really easy to keep motivated and stay motivated, because you know that it's good for you and your horse. Then is how to split your bigger goals into smaller goals and find the different parts of your bigger goal. In order for Kira, my feral horse, 11 months old at that time when I joined the show team, was first of all to make her, turn her into a riding horse or in a trick training horse. But in order to take her to places, she needed to be okay with traveling in a trailer. So there was, like, she needed to get started under saddle. She needed to be become a good traveler. So trailer loading was one of my goals. I did a lot of de-spooking. I wanted to do demonstration on long range. So long reining and riding were different pillars, different parts of my bigger goal to be in front of an audience. So split your bigger goals into smaller goals, and then make a list of those goals, write them down, split them until you have a 10-year goal, a 5-year goal, and split them down into monthly goals. Like, how can I split this goal into 12 kind of equal parts or themes for the year. In January, we'll be working on trailer loading. In February, we will do some long reining. In March, we will do some trick training, and so on. So make a list and write them down of your monthly goals, and divide your monthly goals into weekly goals. And then you can divide your weekly goals into daily training sessions. And whenever you lose motivation, you take your list and you take a look at your values. Does it still fit? Take a look at your goals. Do you still want to achieve that bigger goal? And probably your motivation will come back because you know what you're working on. So that's how I make my own daily to-do list for my training goals. I hope you liked it. If you like it, please share this video with whomever you think it can benefit from. And if you want to learn more about how to set your equestrian goals and to achieve them, I have a 4-week online course, which I offer only a few times a year, which we will go into detail to find your goals and how to split them into smaller goals and to achieve them. So if you want to learn more about that, go to my website, clickertraining.ca, or send me an email at info@clickertraining.ca if you want to start that course now. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.